You can judge height in a couple of ways, looking up and looking down. That shot is from nearly 17 feet in the air, and that's approximately the same height at which the next two gentlemen you're going to meet travel regularly. They're twin brothers and record-breaking pole vaulters who trust in each other while defying gravity.
There you go.
A feeling of weightlessness, and when you plant and go up, it gets a little bit harder and definitely a lot scarier because you're getting up at higher heights.
Leave fear on the ground. Pole vaulting plays out like a novel. The rising action, the climax, the falling action. It's an art form at which Chris and Joe Yulee perform above the bar.
You have to have bar awareness. You have to know where the bar is around your body, so you have to maneuver yourself over it.
Each day at practice, Chris and Joe park their shared car near the pit, a fashion statement, and a hand-me-down ride from their older brother Mike, a former state pole vault champion and now an elite vaulter at the University of Akron. It was Mike's advice that started his brothers down the runway.
The reason he told us that he wanted to pole vault was because it looked like they were lazy, and that's where all the hot girls were, so. Yeah.
And have you found that to be true?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now Chris and Joe are taking turns at flying higher than any Ohio high schoolers ever. Last week, Chris broke the Ohio state record with a vault of 16 feet 6 inches just days after Joe cleared 16 feet 5. The previous state record had stood for 24 years.
Whenever either of us breaks a record or gets a PR, we're both just as happy. And
I was way excited for it, so it's always good to have someone that's right there pushing you.
And since they're juniors in school, that means ample time to keep raising the bar.
hopefully 17.
Hopefully 17, yeah.
That would be a goal to shoot for.
Ideally by the end of our senior year, maybe 18, somewhere close to that.
All of us who do this for a living, we face the nerves every day of performing in front of an audience, being on stage. The thought of it, for a lot of folks, is incredibly uncomfortable. But now add in having a severe social disability, and the thought of performing on stage could be crippling. But for a group of young performing artists in Licking County, being on stage has helped them unlock their personalities and their abilities.
Now we need to concentrate.
We want you to know that we are more than just a statistic.
And listen and make sure we're ready to go.
Autism does not define us.
Now it's showtime.
We're going to the movie.
These are their words, their actions, even their humor.
Why can't you tell a secret in a cornfield?
Because too many ears are listening.
The Midland Theater in Newark. It's their place to be.
My son had been kicked out of a couple of daycare centers, and we just didn't have any place for him. And so it came up with my place to be is because this is a place that all kids can come and be.
This acting group was born right out of Krista Milner's home, where she and her husband were hosting social skills groups for children diagnosed with autism and other developmental disorders. That's where she made the connection between autism and drama.
They have done great with the memorization part. Some of the kids will have on stage with them their scripts, so it just kind of took a process of teaching them to think outside the box a little bit.
For nearly 4 months, these children have worked toward this performance, writing their own skits and performing them with the assistance of student aides from Denison University. What they've discovered is themselves.
I like the dancing and the friendship and the title and the acting, mostly the acting.
But handling stage fright for these kids takes some extra work.
Well, I try to find a friendly face or picture everybody in their underwear. So,
does it work?
Yes, it does.
I am shocked how well they handle it. They get nervous, and I think a lot of their sensory issues are to their max.
I don't know, what do you want to do?
Let's play Legos.
Every time I spend time with the kids, it's just good. It's a good feeling to see them do things that they normally wouldn't be doing.